ready to go. All right, welcome to Pit Road Picks Live Edition. I got Dad actually in house today. Old man, you doing all right?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Dylan, how are you, buddy? You're in house. Some could say you may have won this weekend, or some could say you finished second to me, but we're not going to say that at the moment. But how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. We're doing great over here. We're live, and everybody's actually knows that we're live now. We're live on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. Not that I know how to use Twitch, but I don't know. That just seemed about doing it on there. But anyways, we're live, guys. So be on your best behaviors. Dad, I know we barely fit into the screen that everybody's watching right now. So apologize to everybody out there. But no, everything's good with us, man. We're chilling, ready to get some picks on. Hopefully to forget this past weekend of the world's motorsports Christmas Day, because it was not a great day for fan-wise, my picks, other than Alex below. That's about it. But everything else kind of sucked. Dylan, what was your outlook this weekend? Deb, we'll get you second. What was your outlook on the greatest weekend in motorsports before we get into today's show?
I thought it was good. Woke up, watched Monaco. A lot of stuff to unpack there, but went into Indy, watched some Indy 500, and then Coca-Cola 600. So overall, it was a good day. I actually sat there and watched the majority of the races for the day. That's probably the first time I've done that.
Yeah. How long did we sit there and listen to you there for a second?
Probably 3 or 4 seconds.
God dang, son. This whole thing got a delay on it a little bit.
Yeah.
My bad. That's us. That's on us. That was on us on that. We're just sitting there listening to you. I had a preview on from YouTube.
Give me the clicker.
I know, right? I apologize, Dylan. I apologize.
Hey,
I was like, well, I guess I'll keep talking.
No.
He stripped me down to a piece of notebook paper and a pen
no,
now because I used to mess up.
That is completely my fault. This is first time driving live here, so I heard your voice in the background on the preview thing that I clicked on, and I was like, "Dang, Dylan's still talking." Okay, so we're good. And then next thing I looked over to your camera, and you're just sitting there like that. So I apologize. Anyways, Dad, give us your thoughts on the greatest weekend in motorsports.
I'm at a loss to how fast this train went off the tracks already.
Hey, man, we're live, buddy. We're live. Who knew this was going to get into it? So,
yeah. But Dylan, one thing I want to say right off the bat, I think when you start giving your picks, or we're going to hear the results from last week's picks, you're going to hear the word technically again. It's bound to happen. I think he's already prefaced that. But anyway. I thought I don't know where we want to start at with that, but as far as the week went of racing,
how was your greatest weekend in motorsports? Is this what the question is?
It was, I kind of figured sometimes I'm doom and gloom. Always expect the worst. You'll never be disappointed. And Larson wrecked in both races. So
yeah,
that was probably the worst that it could have happened. I could have thought, but anyway, Monaco turned out to be the show that we thought it was going to be with the rules. I was kind of taken back by how Mark Brundle and the broadcast team were kind of downing the regulations that they put on them about the 2 pit stops and everything else. So, but other than that, I mean, NASCAR race was actually a fairly good finish, I thought, with Chastain and Byron there and Danny Hamlin trying to play the spoiler role. Coming out of the pits there and so forth. So, he led off with that on his show that the Hendrick fanboys are saying that I cost Byron a race, everything else. I ain't going to go that far, but he did video bomb the shot with his car in it a lot. So right there. So but.
I need you to loosen up a little bit.
Okay.
You're uptight a little bit. You kind of just staring at yourself in the camera or in the thing up there. So relax a little bit. Relax.
Now.
Yeah, you gaze into Dylan's eyes over there. But no, I will say NASCAR race probably the best race of the weekend. Probably get a lot of hate for that, but it's true though.
Yeah.
Indy 500 had passed for the lead, 15 laps to go, and then they ran behind a couple lap cars because they were saving fuel. So it almost reminds me of the Daytona 500 when everybody's just riding around for fuel. So that stuff doesn't really do anything for me. My guy wrecked out anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm glad Larson's done with the double. Hopefully he's done forever on that until he retires with NASCAR, because I feel like it did take a lot. I think once he wrecked in the practice, like the first test thing, I think the whole this year the situation was doomed, because it's like the whole car was different with the hybrid thing, so it's a little heavier. But I think his mental and everything like that was all doomed from that first crash. So that's my opinion on that. But I'm glad he's done with it, hopefully for a while at least. So, but Monaco, the two stop rule or whatever it is the dumbest thing. They're starting to turn into NASCAR over there, and some of their guys even said that as far as the entertainment thing. So, as far as the Indy 500 goes, congrats to Alex Palou. Homie's won 5 out of 6 races. So we don't really pick IndyCar on this, but we did last week though. So, and I think we all had Palou, I want to say. Yes. Dylan, you had Palou, I believe, right?
Yeah, I had Palou originally as my only pick, and then we picked again right before the 500, and I stuck with him and then added Takuma.
Yeah. Takuma. That. I thought he was. I mean, I thought he was going to have a chance there. So
I pulled a trace. I think I had 4 people for the win, and one of them I had for a first and third. So I had a trace pick.
Yeah, I won all my money back. That my entrance money that I paid for all them, I won that back at least. So it wasn't a total loss. So
yeah, I was about to say I had Byron on Saturday that I won, but that wasn't on our sheet.
Yeah, was not on sheet. He took a flyer on Byron Xfinity race. Didn't tell nobody about it. So this guy over here. I know we don't pick for Xfinity, but anyways. All right, let's recap our picks from last week. Dylan in NASCAR had Will Byron. I had Chase Briscoe for a top 10. Will Byron was for a top 3 finish, so you hit that. I hit the Chase Briscoe. Dad, unfortunately, didn't hit anything because he had Seabell winning the race. You had Seabell winning the race. Tyler Reddick for top 3. No, yeah, top 3. Mm-hmm. And then Kyle Busch top 5. Ugh, tough day for Kyle Busch. And then Austin Dillon even worse. So
no. Austin was running 8th with 2 laps to go, and he ran out of gas.
Okay, say what you want to say. It's fine. It's fine. As far as Formula One, Dylan, I don't think you got any of them, but you had Piastri, George Russell, Alex Albon, Yuki Tsunoda. Dad had Max. Did hit on Charles though, so I'll give Dad that.
Hey, Dylan, can you give us a rundown of George Russell's day?
Hey, I mean,
Casey blew through.
Oh, can I?
Not enough.
I want to,
yeah, for real.
I want to ask the question and then pose one at the same time, or answer one, maybe. But George had to do a drive-through penalty because of that, right? He did a drive-through and he had to pit. You know, you had to pit twice in F1. Well, he was so mad that I think they were going to boycott the pits. You know, and then if you think about it, they were going to give him a 30-second penalty. What Martin Brundle said, if you don't pit one time, you get a 30-second penalty. If you don't pit 2 times, that's 60-second penalty. So they were looking at it from a distance of how far back they would fall, and they were thinking about not pitting. And then about 3/4 of the way through the race, Martin Brundle says, "Oh, okay, they just said that if you don't pit, your mandatory stops, you're DQ'd." And then all of a sudden, about 3 laps later, George Russell starts going to the pits for new tires.
Yeah.
So he was going to show them, but then they showed him at the end.
Brundle steered the whole ship wrong on that. So I don't. They everybody screwed the pooch on that whole thing, not knowing the rules there and everything like that. So
well, that's kind of what they get for.
I mean, it's kind of what we did on this show. Kind of screwed the pooch on the opening. So, but
all right, Captain.
Yeah, I know. Let's get back on it. I think I ended up winning the weekend, guys. Just wanted to say that. I just wanted to put that out there. I think Charles Leclerc takes me over the top with the picks because Alex Palou, Chase Briscoe, and Charles Leclerc.
I want to say that's a record. He won the weekend. He knew he won the weekend. It's only been 10 minutes into the show before he said it this time. I believe he started the other shows off with it.
Just wanted to make sure. Dylan, do you okay that, or do you want to tie, or what do you want to do, buddy? I mean.
I feel like I feel like hitting on a top 3 for a 600-mile race kind of outweighs the podium on a 75 lap Monaco race, 78
Yeah, he was
laps, whatever it was.
78 laps. Okay, man, 78. 2 tire stops. Okay. Anyways, that's fine. We'll give it to you on that because that's more impressive than Chase Briscoe top 10 and Charles Leclerc top 3 because he started in second, didn't really have to go nowhere. So I'll give that one to you. We'll give that to you. It's an easy one. All right. So we got NASCAR in Nashville this weekend. And we got Barcelona with Formula One. Dylan, since you are the winner, go ahead and tell us which one you want to start off with, buddy.
All right. I mean, are we going to do, we're doing picks first, and then are we going to recap last weekend later?
Yeah. I guess, I mean, if you want to start off with recap, that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Give us your recap, buddy.
I figure we may as well get the recap stuff through and then, end on this weekend stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give us your recap, man. Give us your thought there.
I mean, yeah, we were already talking about it with the Monaco Formula One stuff going on, right? With Brundle and all that. But I honestly, going into the race, I guess I feel a little naive because I figured, okay, mandatory 2 stops, like surely nobody's going to sit there and make like their 2 stops in the first 5 laps or anything like that. I was like, okay, maybe it'll make some type of strategy thing going on, but I was proven wrong right off the bat. So I was behind that ball. So I don't know what it is to fix that. I like the Monaco race just because of the history and the track layout has stayed the same over time. So I like that part about it, but the cars are so big, so wide, wheelbase is long, that it's just hard to actually race on that track. And the only overtake opportunity is really just pit stop errors, stuff like that. So which then puts Monaco qualifying in the forefront. Everyone's excited for the qualifying because that's basically the race. That it lays out how the race is going to be for the weekend more than any other race on the schedule. So I don't know what the solution is really. I'm not an expert F1 fan either. So
well, I don't know what I don't even know if redoing the racetrack would even do anything as far as reconfiguration or anything like that. I don't even know if that would help just because them cars are so daggum big. So and like I think you and Dad said on last week, we knew it was coming down. It was going to come down to Saturday for the qualifying because there was going to be no passes. I think Lance Stroll's the only guy that ever passed anybody or something like that legally the entire race. That wasn't like under a pit cycle or anything like that. So leave it up to Lance to be the only guy to have actual deadgum pass there. But I don't know. All right, Monaco's a conundrum nowadays, but it's the rich history of the whole thing. That's why they want to do it, I would assume. So, do you have any thoughts on that, on the size of Monaco and everything?
I think I already said everything I was going to say about Monaco. I mean, the track's too small, the car's too big. They might be faster than what they used to be back in the day, I'm sure, but I know they're bigger than what they used to be back in the day. And yeah, a lot of people on social media talking about take that one off the schedule, but it'll never happen because of the money that's there.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be tough to get rid of that one. So I know it was on the docket a couple years ago to get taken off, but I think they took the other France racetrack off, so they don't have to.
Too much prestige there.
Yeah. But hopefully the smaller cars, they're supposed to make smaller cars a little bit shorter, I think, length cars. So I don't know if that's going to help or not. So, but no. Any other thoughts on Formula One with like from last weekend going to this weekend, Dale, or anything?
I mean, I think Russell should have cut that chicane way earlier than that.
Just don't even turn left. Just keep going straight. Just should have blew through there. Probably could have picked up a couple other spots.
I mean, he served the penalty, and I think he did one stop, and he was still just ahead of Albon.
Yeah.
I think. So that, I don't know, it just shows how much that they were getting slowed up.
Yeah, that's slowing up. Dad, and then me and Dad probably gonna get into it over here, but me and Dad had a very rich, you could say, conversation about Max Verstappen holding up the McLarens and everything, backing up Lando into Charles there. But that's the only play he had. That's the only play. I'll let Dad go in a second on his thoughts over that. No. I want you to talk. We knew this was going to be a topic.
I know nothing.
We knew this was going to be a topic. So, but no, Max played the game as good as he could. I thought. Dad's probably going to say something else, like it was a terrible move.
No, honestly, he played the game. His game, he played it as textbook. But all he was doing was trying to back up Lando into George because he'd rather a Ferrari. If he knew he was going to have to pit again, so he wasn't going to win. So he'd rather a Ferrari win and take the more points than Lando or a McLaren. So either one. Yeah. So it's we everybody here complained about NASCAR running 60% out there and everything else. They said you got to run full out and everything else, but anyway, Lando had it in the bag anyway. He was just making it.
Okay. Yeah.
He did. It was just Max was putting pressure on him by saying, "All right, you screw up a corner. Well, you could screw. I bet you he could do a 360 and Charles couldn't still pass him. The track's too tight." So
yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I'm done.
You're done. You're off your horse there. Okay. Dylan, any last thing on that before we go to we'll do the little bit of the IndyCar race or anything before we
No, I mean, I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory of thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, I think
old man's got something here.
I think George, and correct me, it might have been this race or last race, but I thought it was this race. George was so upset. They were talking to him on the radio, and he says, "Don't talk to me right now," or I'm not going to say. He got so mad he just didn't want to answer anybody on the radio.
Yeah, pretty sure it was this one because I'm pretty sure it was this one.
Yeah, so. Sounds like Hamilton to Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? No one's talking to me. Are you mad?
The clown show was Mercedes this week.
Yeah. Who knows? Hey, man. I will say before we get into our pit road picks later today, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are only two people that win at Barcelona since 2016. So maybe worth putting some money on Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? No. Daddy gonna do a little double again?
I don't know. I did not do no research, so
I don't think you got to do research, man. I think it's just blind leading the blind on some of this stuff. So, yeah,
we'll see.
All right. Anyways, Indy 500, Larson attempted the double. This is really the only thing I cared about this whole Indy 500 because, I mean, other than that, I would watch it, but I kind of intensely watched it for a while, and then once he was out, I kind of like, meh. I was kind of done with it because I knew how it was going to end anyways. Figured with the fuel when they were already playing the fuel game there at that point. So with the amount of caution that's there, so I knew that strategy was going to get messed up. It seemed. But anyways, Dylan, your thoughts, Indy 500, buddy. What are you thinking here, man?
Indy 500. I usually watch the pre-race, and then I'll watch the start, and then you step away, and then if you're around close to the TV. And it's finishing time, then you're like, okay, I'll put it on there and watch it. But I mean, this year I watched pretty much all of it except for maybe I missed 20-30 laps of it. Pre-race show was good. The race itself, I don't know. I mean, there at the end they were just kind of saving fuel, really trying to. Yeah. I mean, it turned into a fuel mileage race, but I think this year. It had a little bit more of an allure to it because of all the wrecks that we were seeing throughout practice and all of that. It just, I don't know, kind of had like a different feeling to it leading up, a little more anticipation and stuff like that. Like they were more on edge this year for some reason.
Yeah. Well, all the wrecks we've seen in practice and qualified. Well, I can't remember how many wrecked and qualified, but in practice and testing and everything like that. especially like the Saturday, not the carb day, but the weekend before. It was the day before pole day, I believe, or something like that. When we were in North Wilkesboro that weekend, it just seemed like everybody was crashing on that Saturday. Like they couldn't get the balance of the car and everything like that. So with all the wrecks and everything, and then kind of going into it, being overcast and the rain and kind of holding up the show a little bit, it was the whole, like, as soon as Scotty McLaughlin, they said McLaughlin, well, I say as soon as it started raining, I kind of knew something was off. And then when McLaughlin went off and he tried to warm up his tires and then spun it and ditched it in the grass over there, which there was some controversy about that with Larson and the thumbs up and calling him a idiot on the, not just an idiot, but he called him
Did they ever
an idiot.
substantiate that? Because somebody said that wasn't Larson on the radio.
Well, they apparently Pockers caught up with McLaughlin and they talked about it. Apparently McLaughlin and Larson reached out to him to say he apologized. So that would mean to me that he did it. So, but as soon as McLaughlin did his thing, and then you seen a whole bunch of cautions first part of the race, I was like, this is going to be a different one. This is going to be big time different. So, I don't know. I didn't really care for it, to tell you the truth. That type of racing where they couldn't really get around the lap cars there. Every time it seemed like with the pit cycles and everything, like you can kind of see the writing on the wall. Okay, this is how this is going to finish. So, because they just kept going there. So, but glad Larson's okay. Glad he's out of it, done with it, because I think it's cursed. So, running the double, I think it's cursed. Tony Stewart put a curse on it. So, what you think?
I thought the funniest thing in the Indy 500 was they show Larson in the car. Sorry,
it comes to you.
Okay,
there you go.
Oh, that's fine.
There you go.
They showed Larson in the car, and I was moving away because I want to do something for a second. And they were sitting there talking about him. You know, this kid is great because he there's no pressure that builds with him and everything else. They're all building him up and everything else. And they said he's got so much focus. The only thing he's focusing on right now is this race. He's got strategy going in his head and everything else. And the whole time he's pulling up his sleeve, looking at his watch because he's thinking about the rain delay and when, are they going to get started with me to have enough time? So they're talking to him about all this focus and everything else. He's over here watching his, the tickets or the seconds tick off his watch over here. So I thought that was funny. Bad timing for the people in the press box.
Yeah. Now, Dylan, he said that that he probably would not have been able to finish the race. What do you think about the whole attempt at the double? And like, is it even worth it? Like Larson, I don't think said it's worth it anymore.
Yeah, immediately after, my first thought was, okay, he's not going for this in the next year, maybe 2 years. If he did do it again, it'd have to be 3 to 4 years from now, really. Or, he gets a second championship in Cup, and then he starts, wheels start turning and thinking about if it's doable again. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how long it took him to get from Indy to back to Charlotte and, ready to actually step in the Cup car. I thought that with the time that the Indy 500 started, I thought they said he would still make it, but he just wouldn't make driver intros. So that was my opinion until I heard him say that if he had finished, he didn't think that he would have made it to Charlotte in time. So I'm really not sure where the timing lines up with that. But I don't know. I'm kind of mixed. It doesn't bother me if he doesn't do it again, but it doesn't bother me if he does. So
yeah, and I think I heard on somebody else's show that the window he got the time frame that he got in there, it was like 40 minutes, and he wrecked out on lap 92 of that Indy 500. So I don't think there was any way that he would have been able to make it, to tell you the truth, because him arriving 40 minutes before the race, because he got to be down there for national anthem and all that. So all that, I don't think he would have made it. So he would have had to pull out there somewhere there. But I don't think it's worth it anymore, to tell you the truth. Just because back in the day, it was probably worth it, just because the dates probably didn't line up, and so there's a lot less pressure. Now I don't think it's I don't know. I mean, Tony Stewart being the last one to do it back in 2001 or something like that, to complete all 1,100 miles without anything going wrong is, different day back then. So they probably started the race earlier back in the day, I would think.
Yeah.
The Indy
Well,
500.
I think it's technically 45 minutes later than it used to be.
Okay.
But you got rain, so if they
Yeah.
started, an hour earlier, they still would have had a delay with the rain. I mean, they would have gotten some of the racing in already. I guess you could say that, but
Yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, good for Alex Palou, though. He deserved it. Ericsson ended up getting DQ'd. What do you think about that PR nightmare they would have had with Penske having to fire three executives this week, and then Ericsson, if he wins the Indy 500 and then gets DQ'd from that, and Palou still wins the race. But what do you think about as far as PR nightmare that would have been?
yeah, I mean, I think it would have been. I mean, at least two of the people that were fired, people thought they were pretty much just married to Penske. I mean, that they would never leave or get pushed out or fired or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah, would have been a little tough. Old man, what you think?
It'd have been interesting. It'd have capped off the week for sure with tough choices that Penske had to make.
Yeah, I agree. Also, but no, congrats to Alex Palou. Anything specific, Dylan, you wanted to recap on the Cup race other than Larson's abysmal day? And I was over at Dad's house for the first couple laps, dropping the baby off over there to spend the night. And Larson pulled out, got into the lead. Well, after he got around Byron, he got into the lead. And then it was one of the couple pit stop. I guess it was a pit stop cycle or something like that. I had missed that. So by the time from Dad's house to my house, Larson's in the back of the pack. And I'm like, God dang, what's going on? When I try to figure out what's going on, rewinding, going through and watching all that stuff. So, but other than that, man, race was great as far as from a fan perspective. Race was great. But what was your thoughts on Larson's day there, buddy? Fellow Larson fan.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a sucky day between both races there. I mean, as far as Larson goes, yeah. But I guess that first hit kind of knocked his toe out a little bit, or toe in, or whichever way it went. And then kind of just, downhill from there. It was hard to really tell. I mean, on TV, it didn't seem like it would be a hit that would knock a toe link out or something like that. But I guess it did some more damage than what it seemed like. So it's just I don't know. You can't really.
It's just a bad day.
Like that.
Yeah. It was just one of those days, man. It's just like you want to forget. It's like you want to forget you're a Larson fan, but Larson definitely wants to forget he's even a NASCAR driver at that point, because it's just like one thing after another. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Oh man, what do you think there?
Well, he has a 7-second lead, then he hits the wall. Okay. And then you told me you was watching it on Max.
Yeah.
So I wondered there, and mostly the rest of the race, I listened to the in-car. And listening to that, him working on it and everything else, and crew chief talking to him and everything else. After all that, they finally got him running times that was probably a little bit faster than the leader.
Yeah.
Where he was at. Now, he was in clean air. He was so far back, and he was in clean air. So he was matching or just a little bit better than the leader. So if they ever had some strategy there toward the end, then it was going to start working back in his favor. This is after the hitting the wall. This is after spinning and everything else. And then on the restart with Blaney and Suarez having their fun, Suarez comes off the wall and takes the right rear tire, not off one car, but two cars. So he's got that's a record, I imagine, catching two cars coming off the wall like that. I think Haley he caught and Larson he caught. So
yeah. Well, if you go back, and this is one thing I'd say, not getting too far in the weeds here. If you go back and listen to Larson's thing, Tyler Mon was a little late on the old call to get low. Obviously, Larson seen it, and he was going to get low, but he didn't see Suarez. And Mon never mentioned get low until right before Suarez, or right as Suarez is hitting him. And I'm like, bro, are you not going to say anything? Like, seriously, dude. Like, I couldn't understand it, but I don't know. I don't know. Terrible day as a Larson fan. But the racing, as far as the racing mile and a half, Charlotte, I think it's jam up. We need to get rid of the oval or the roval over there and be done with it. Give us either another Charlotte race or a swap. Not say swap it, but give us North Wilkesboro or something like that. So one of the two. Give us to it. But no. What are your final thoughts on the Denny Hamlin, William Byron thing? Anything there?
No, I mean, I don't have any thoughts with it really. I mean, Denny had to come in and get fuel, anyways, right? So, but I thought it was a good race, but you know, Ross coming in there late, he wasn't really on anybody's radar until he just popped up there out of nowhere, really.
They talked about him in the pre-race about the day before in practice or qualifying when he wrecked. That was the only thing I heard about Ross all weekend. And then Dadgummit comes in last couple laps of the race.
Yeah.
Fastest car on the track. This car was fast in practice just before he wrecked. And I'm like, dang. I was like, the last person I wanted to win is Chastain. So, not as bad as Logano. I will take Chastain over Logano, but they're about neck and neck. So I'm not a Chastain fan. So, but we'll see.
Well, the prime coverage was great.
The what?
The prime coverage. Coverage was great.
Oh yeah, yeah. You mentioned that you wanted to talk about that. Yeah. Tons more cameras. I think they had almost double the cameras or microphones. I think you were telling me about that this week or something like that. So, getting the audio from the pits is a whole different ball game and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I think this is just my 2 cents. We'll get yours, Dylan, here. I gotta think about this. Is Junior wants to be a color commentator, not just Dale Jr. in the booth. I think he actually wants to be the lead. Like, he doesn't want an Adam Alexander or Rick Allen or anybody in there. I think, to me, I think Homeboy got Rick booted, but that's just my idea on that one. But I think he wants to be the guy. So I don't know. What do you think about the coverage on there?
I mean, I think you know, on his podcast he talks about how he's nervous with the play-by-play stuff, and he's, you know, uneasy about it really. But I think the main thing is he just kind of gets worked up and excited about the race really. Yeah. So, you know, he just starts saying what he sees really. But I mean, the whole team, like I like seeing Carl on the broadcast. That was cool to see. Just the whole pre-race thing. You know, I tuned in early. I put it on early. I noticed that it was available to choose, and you know, you join, and then you get these like sights and sounds going on, right? So you get to just sit there, hang out, have that on going on the TV. If you have people over, you can have that, you know, running in the background. So the whole pre-race thing was great. It felt like a college game day type feel. You know, or old school NASCAR race day. But I liked it. And then, you know, the booth, you know, I don't mind Junior being a broadcaster. I know a lot of people kind of have a little bit of a dislike towards that. They don't like his style. It doesn't bother me too much, but I can kind of block out, you know, whatever to my ear, I guess. But and I don't know, it doesn't really bother me really. But just the stream quality, the audio mixture, like I was telling you about that one where there was a car on pit road fixing damage. You could hear the car sitting there idling with the overhead shot. I don't know if it was on a drone or if it was on a rope or, you know, wire going across the stands. But I don't know, all those types of aspects, like they're small little pieces, but when you put all that together, it just makes it a very good impression overall.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was pretty good impression. I like Adam Alexander up there in the booth as well. Seeing Carl's cool. Corey the Joy, I don't know what was doing on there, but he definitely didn't have anything going on to be involved with anything. But I don't know why. I figure they can get an old like Dale Jarrett. I know he's going to be on NBC, but give me somebody else like that. But not Corey, unfortunately. So nothing against Corey. I just didn't think he brought anything to. He didn't bring anything like Carl did. So.
Right.
But what were your thoughts on the old broadcast there, Big Dog?
I thought the broadcast was good. It was entertaining, kind of what you expected out of Letarte and Junior. And is it Adam Alexander?
Alexander.
Yeah, I mean I think he's a good person to put in there as well. I'll be honest with you. But Trevor Bain, I think, was there.
Yeah. Again, I don't.
Yeah.
Doesn't really do anything for me.
Right, but it's something we're recycling old race car drivers or young race car drivers too, I guess. But
at least he won a 500.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Corey.
But I thought, did anybody watch Door Bumper Clear this week?
I
haven't yet.
Go back and look at it and see some of the takes on YouTube. You don't have to watch the whole thing, or if you want to, but that's fine. But Larry McReynolds was trying to compare us and Prime is like it's trying to compare apples and oranges. He goes, no, never mind, apples and bananas. And he was sitting there trying to tell the things that a network has to do compared to a streaming service or whatever it is. So he was kind of he's a little butthurt.
He worked for Prime.
Isn't
he? Does the practice and stuff like that. He did that this year.
Yeah.
So
well, he was just trying to figure out the differences between the two.
Gotcha.
And everything else.
Okay. All right.
Well,
cool.
Streaming isn't constrained. I think that's the main thing.
Right.
With that, they have a little bit more freedom, with commercial stuff like that. I think, what was it? The last 70 something laps were commercial free, or 60 laps were.
Yeah, I think in every commercial was almost side by side. I think that's another thing Larry was saying, that networks can't do that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Since we're on the subscription or the Prime thing, I'm not like, this is one thing Formula One has over NASCAR is give me F1 TV, but NASCAR, give me NASCAR television and let Prime do it. They can do it. They had a great stream quality and everything, but just give me that. I'll pay $10 or whatever it is a month to get all of it. Or I'd pay, tell you the truth, I'd probably for NASCAR for a whole year, if it was a yearly price, I'd probably pay like Flow, like $150, $200 or whatever it is nowadays for that. For the entire year, as long as I can get in-car cameras. I don't have to make it in one place. Like, it's go to Prime and I get all the in-cars there. I get the broadcast there. I get whatever next-gen stats or something like that. If they got all that, just give me that. I'll do that. No commercials. Because if you up the price, you might not have to get commercials. But even if you did, give me the commercials like Prime, where they can put them wherever they want them and not have to fall into caution or anything like that. So you're shaking your head. What are you shaking your head for?
You're going to get a lot of engagements on social media that way.
Well, no one watches the show anyways, but I'm just saying, like,
no, I'm talking about Prime. NASCAR was going to get a lot of social media hit like they did this week with people saying, I can't afford Prime and everything else. And,
get out your mom's basement then. That's what I want to say. That's all I want to say. Go out and touch some grass or something like that. Because I swear everybody and their mom said that this weekend.
Go ahead and say what the next comment was after he told the other guy to get out of the basement.
I don't know. What was it?
I can't say it on the air.
Then why would you try to get me in? You try to get me in trouble?
See if you do it.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember what it was. But to me, Dylan, I think it's an absurd thing to complain about, especially when they get a 30-day free trial and you can test them all out. So I don't know what people complain about.
I think it's a big point that, like, I already have Prime, so it doesn't really affect me that the race is on there. I mean, I have to go somewhere else to watch the race than what I normally do, but I already have it, so it doesn't affect me. So I'm able to enjoy that. But people that don't have Prime, maybe look into some type of I don't know if they already have this, but like a sports subscription, whatever event, or, a live subscription to Prime. If there's live sporting events or whatnot, then you get access to those and you don't have to sit there and pay for the entire yearly Prime membership that comes with, the Amazon shipping and all that stuff, all that extra stuff, or the Prime Video for all the Prime shows and movies and all that.
I mean,
maybe do something like that, but
what is Prime anyway? It's like $12 a year, $12 not a year, $12 a month or something like that, $12 or $13.
Yeah,
a month?
I mean that's the other thing, because a subscription like that is probably nowadays is going to cost you somewhere around that $10 mark monthly, and by that time you're already paying for Prime. I think, well, it went up last year. Prime did for yearly, so now it's above 100. It used to be, I think, 90 a year.
I think it's like
and then
79 now or something, ain't it?
Yeah, it went up a lot.
Oh wow!
So there is that part kind of sucks, but I don't know if they could offer some type of thing like that to where it's like the sporting events, you can watch that, and then no frills elsewhere. Maybe offer that for the naysayers that aren't sure. But like you mentioned, there's a free trial, so next NASCAR race this weekend, get the free trial, see what the thing is about. So
yeah, I just be a grown up and deal with it. I did, first of all, not trying to put it as out there, but you know how long you can get a free trial for? It's called, you make one Google or Gmail. You know what you can do? You can make another one. You can get another free trial. You can free trial the crap out of that thing, however long you want to do it. It's what I did when I was younger, to get all the free stuff. But I don't do it now. But just saying, play the game. Like, that's how the system works. Play it. Do what you got to do if you want it, or stop complaining about it and don't watch it. Because I swear to God, I've on every freaking NASCAR Facebook, it was NASCAR's losing their mind. They're going to lose their fan base. But you're probably part of the bunch that says NASCAR's already done with anyways, or something like that. So you were already talking like that before Prime. But if anything, give me Prime. I'll take Prime. If you give me a subscription base and I can have the whole 38 races or whatever it is a year on a certain thing, I'll pay for it right now. Because F1 TV is top notch.
We know those same people are paying $200 a month for cable, internet, and cable.
Yeah, exactly.
Cancel the cable, keep the internet for $50 a month, and then get Prime or something. I mean, YouTube TV, you can have 6 accounts on YouTube TV, and you just split it between your family if you want live TV still.
Yeah, just make sure you mark that location, that if you're outside where your zip code, I'm temporarily not here.
You're just on vacation.
Yeah, there you go, vacation. Because I bum off this guy over here for YouTube television. So, but he has bought his what I've probably owed him. He's bought so many daggum TVs and shows on my Amazon because it was logged into his thing. I swear I have like 5 seasons of Yellowstone, all 5 on my daggum Amazon over there.
So is that your Amazon?
I think so. All the Yellowstones are on there. So if you want to go back and rewatch them, they're all for free now. So you're welcome on that. So, but that's how we do it in this.
He's wondering why all those packages that he orders has Trace's name on them.
Yeah. Well, no. First of all, he knows how to do that. I don't know what the difference is, the television and the ordering stuff, but his packages make it to his house. That is for sure. But somehow he ends up putting me with the bill with all the television stuff. So as far as the Prime thing,
I got everything with a drone sent over here.
No, he wasn't saying that. He was keep up. Keep up. It's all good. Anyways, we got 15 minutes. Let's see if we can do this in 15 minutes, guys. We're done talking about last week. Let's get forward to this week where Tracy's going to win again, but lost by technicality because of Dylan. Anyways, not going to say any more. Not going to say any more on that. Not going to say. But we got Nashville or Dylan. Sir Dylan, tell us which one you want to go with first there, buddy.
Or NASCAR Nashville?
Yeah.
Top 10 pick?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not comfortable with my picks this week, but we're going with Prix at plus 180.
Whoa, Prix at plus 180. Okay. You know where to write that down?
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey,
I'm having flashbacks. I got Dylan written up here, but then I'm thinking of Boston Dylan, so I was looking
at too many Dylans over here.
Run out of gas here.
Yeah. And Dad, go ahead with your pick there, buddy.
I'm going with Josh Berry.
Josh Berry. Hey, good. Hey, started outside pole, I think, last year.
Oh, did he?
So yeah, he started outside pole. Denny Hamlin had the pole. I think he started outside. So, you're looking good already.
What is the odds was?
Who, Josh Berry?
Yeah.
I think he's plus
130.
Oh man.
Yeah, plus 130. So not too far down. So, all right. So I'm going to pick. I'm going kind of a long shot because I think maybe not a long shot. I'm going Corey Heim plus 300. I think he's gonna.
We're doing NASCAR, right?
Corey. Yeah, he's racing this weekend.
Okay.
Corey Heim. I think he's going to get it in there. I think he's going to beat Bubba Wallace top 10. Bubba's not going to get it. He's going to get it. So he raced there last year and got wrecked. So, but okay. All right, Dylan. Top 5. Give it to us, buddy.
Top 5. Going out on a limb. Joey Logano plus 300.
Oh my God, Joey Logano. He's not going 100 laps on fuel again, Dylan. Just letting you know that, buddy. It's not happening. Not happening.
I think he's going to find his way up there somehow.
Who you got, old man?
Chastain.
Dang it. I think I'll go with Ryan Blaney. Going Blaney. Blaney top 5. Maybe we're going to figure out that if I pick Blaney, he'll actually finish a race. And when y'all pick him, he does not finish a race. So hopefully we'll go that way. Now, you're going to have to keep me in check. Make sure I don't pick top 3 and the winner the same person because Larson is not good. It is not good on that. So, but all right, Dylan, top 3, buddy. Who you got?
Christopher Bell plus 200.
Okay. Padre, what you got?
Hamlin.
That's a good one. Gosh, dang it. That's who I was going to think about picking there. Oh. I'm going Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's coming back this week. Coming back. 23-11. We're going trending. We're trending in the right direction here. Dang, I'm going to be a lot of Toyotas heavy this weekend. All right, Dylan, give us your winner of Crackle Barrel 400 in Nashville.
I don't want to do this, but
he's going Denny. He's going Denny. Denny.
Denny Hamlin.
Go Denny plus 575. I think you got to at that point, man. Larson, I don't think his luck is going to be what it is right now. I think it's going to be Denny. I think it's Denny written all over it. He gets his first win of the year, or not first win of the year, third win of the year. Yeah, he's going to. The chirping is going to start getting a little more aggressive. So I think he got to at 575. That's pretty good value too. Old man,
I'm going Larson.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You think he rebounds?
He rebounds like he did. Was it Texas that he won? Texas, and he couldn't hold the lead.
Yeah.
And somebody got by him and on the restart, and he felt bad. And I said he's gonna come back and win the next race, and he won the next race. I think after last week's dismal performance, he's gonna come back and win this race.
Okay.
It's gonna look like 2021 all over again.
Man, so you're saying he's going to dominate this thing? You know, he didn't even win the pole in 2021.
Don't have to.
No, I'm just saying, like that dominant of a performance, but he didn't even win the pole. Eric Amarola did. Crazy. All right, my pick for the winner is. We've seen a lot of repeat winners this year, guys. We've seen a lot of repeat. We had Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin repeat. And I think it's going to happen. I think Homie's going to have a little bit of momentum on the side, a little bit of speed. Go with Ross Chastain plus 900. I'm going to ride it and see what happens. That sounded terrible. I'm going to ride the wave of momentum,
That's my boy.
not Chastain himself. But we're going to ride that watermelon. Is what we're going to do. That doesn't sound any better. Anyways, we're done riding tank. It still doesn't. It does not play.
Take it over, Dylan.
It doesn't play.
Save the show.
I'm done. Okay. Anyways, Chastain plus 900. Give me my money next week, guys, because I'm taking it to the bank next week. So.
Okay.
All right. All right, Dylan, who's your dark horse for Nashville?
Oh,
Remember, it's got to be plus 2,000
let's see.
for if anybody's out. I guarantee no one's watching. But if you do check it, we do pick a dark horse every pit road picks, and they got to be at least plus 2,000s, over plus 2,000 in odds. So Brad Keselowski is your first person in that bracket at 2,500. So,
I mean, it'd be great to see Brad finally get a win in that 6 car.
yeah.
But,
You know who else is?
Mm-hmm.
You know who else is in dark horse territory?
You got Busher over there. Oh, Hocevar?
Yeah, got old Hocevar.
No.
Got old
I'll go.
Hocevar. He gonna finish one of these races one of these days.
I'm gonna go with Brad just because I would like to see him win.
Okay. Dad's gonna pick Kyle Busch.
Going Busher.
Oh, he's going Busher. Hey, Busher got some points back. So look at there. They amended that penalty. It's not going to be as bad. So good for that guy. And I'm going with Hocevar plus 3,000. He's the dark horse this week. So we'll see how it goes. So it's going to put it in the old victory lane there, son. Hopefully not. Actually, let's put Chastain in there first. But money wise, Carson. But all right. Anyways, moving on to Formula One. Let's get out of the NASCAR world and get over to Spain Grand Prix, where we got, like I said at the top of the show, last time anybody else won there was Prix 2016, because it's been, I think it was 16, 22, or 16, 21, 22, 23, 24 for Verstappen, and then it was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, or maybe 20, 21 for Hamilton. So no one's won there other than them guys. So in a while at least. Anyways, coming off Monaco, might be I don't know. I think the pole sitter has won like 9 times out of 10 or something like that. It's like it's a wild percentage.
Shocker.
Yeah, on this. So I know we say that every weekend, but Saturday's the real race. So Sir Dylan, give us your top 10 this week, son. Let us know who you're going to win, or who's not going to win. Who's going to finish top 10 here? So,
yeah, after last week, I got a rebound, so I'm going to pick Hajar plus 175.
That's a solid pick. Solid pick. He's been pretty fast. What did he finish like? Did he finish like? I'm trying to think. Oh. It was the week before he had a good finish. I think last week they had some trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Get why he's looking at that. Who are you picking?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and pick Alonso.
Oh, you're going with the favorited guy to finish in the top 10.
Well, I can't see the sheet from here yet.
Let me just throw it up here. That way, old father can see it.
All right. Hajar finished 6th in Monaco.
Dang it. Well, never mind. I might have to pick him for my top 6 then. But that's a solid pick, though, Dylan. I mean, at least he's got some speed, and he's pretty fast kid right now. So,
I'll go with Hajar.
Oh, Dad's going to copy you on that. So, shocker on that.
The water's fine over here.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm going real far on a limb here. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, now. Dang it.
I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, I was going the opposite way. I started getting into the 500. I was like, man, that looked a little tempting. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to be all three. Hajar's not going to finish top 3 or top 10 now, but I'll take him just to see what we can do there. All right, Dylan, top 6. Who you got?
Oh,
I already know who Dad's going to pick.
I'm just going to ride the Albon train.
Yeah.
Top
okay.
6. Yeah.
All right. Dad, go ahead and pick Carlos like you're going to.
No, actually, I had Hamilton. I'm gonna go with Albon.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going Carlos this week because I'm going to be a little different, or we're going to have the same
Well,
picks.
he's run good at Spain,
Yeah.
but he's Carlos.
Yeah. True. All right, Dylan. Top 3, buddy.
Top 3. I feel like I gotta get off of the Russell train.
I'm going to surprise everybody this weekend.
I'm gonna go with Hamilton.
God dang it! He took my pick. Sorry, my bad. All right, Dan. Who you going to take?
I'm playing it safe.
You going Leclerc or Russell? You playing it safe? What do you mean playing it safe? The top 3 guys are favored, so you at least got to pick somebody that's not.
I ain't got to do nothing.
Well, I mean, you can stay in the
I
kiddie
might
pool.
put my money on something else, but I'm trying to win a pick.
Whoa. We put our money on who we're picking. That's how the rules go. You don't have to put all your money on there, but I mean, got to at least pick them.
I'll do a parlay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't parlay. Please don't parlay.
I'll go with Leclerc.
Okay. Cool. Leclerc. And then me and Dylan are going to ride high in the sky on Lewis Hamilton. So he at least knows how to race there. So at least. All right. Dylan, give us your winner of the Spain Grand Prix.
I don't want to be boring, so I'm going with Max.
Boring? That's not.
Plus
That's semi-boring, but
I think he's going to put down a qualifying lap, get pole, and then he's going to ride off into the sunset.
Okay. Well, if you pick Max, Dad's going to pick Lando, and then I'm going to have to take Oscar at that point. So
I let you know I just erased Oscar and put Lando.
You did?
Yeah.
I think Oscar gets back to this. I think we're going back from, instead of that stadium type small street course, now we're getting into a real racetrack, and I think it's going to be tire deg. And I think McLarens are good at it, and I think the guys that Oscar's got broader shoulders than Lando does. So I think it's going to happen. So suck it.
Might have broader shoulders, but Lando needs a bigger tub to sit in.
Is that what you talking about? Like, were you trying to make a dick joke there?
No, marbles.
That's okay. Balls. I got you. Okay. He needs a bigger wheelbarrow. Is what you're trying to say?
Tub. That's what he sit in.
Okay. Anyway.
You know who finished 7th in a McLaren last year at this track, right?
Oscar.
Yeah.
Who didn't finish top 10? What?
I don't know what he said.
I don't know. He said Oscar finished top 7 in last year's McLaren.
Okay.
He finished 7th in a McLaren last year.
Where'd Lando finish last year?
2nd.
Dang it.
You say second?
2nd.
Suck it. Son of a gun. All right. Never mind. Anyways. All right, Dylan. You're done giving stats, okay? We're done. You give us... You're supposed to be on my side on that.
You know who finished 3rd last year, though? Hamilton.
Hey, see?
Good
There you
pick
go.
for 3rd.
Hey, that is a great pick for 3rd. So I think we're riding high on that train. I think me and Dylan are going to make some money this weekend on Hamilton. So I'm going to take my money and put it all on red there. Not all of it, I should say. Ferrari does have a way of messing that up. So let me preface. I'm going to put some money on red over there. So, but no. Good.
Who you pick?
Who did I pick for what?
First.
Oscar.
Okay.
Oscar. Plus 150. I think he's the guy. I think he's going to beat your guy. So I don't know how Lando's not favorited to the most favorited coming off that win, but I don't know how that works. But
Lando may have several voices in renting free space up there, but I think Oscar's got one now.
Well, you know what Lando doesn't have? A girlfriend. Just kidding. Because he's gay.
You've seen her older. You've seen her over and over in Monaco.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to clap. But anyways, we're not going to make fun of people on how they clap. Anyways, that puts us right at an hour, man. That's pretty good. I know we had our recap because we didn't do it after the checkers, but that puts us right at an hour. So I'm done. I'm done. I've got all I want to say out there. Dylan, what you got? Any final thoughts before we peace out here, bud?
No. Just which racer are we looking forward to more this weekend?
Oh, I'm looking forward to qualifying for Formula One and then the actual race for NASCAR.
Exactly.
Because I have a feeling with the statistic of the leader having the best or the most winning chances there in Formula One, I'm definitely going to watch qualifying for sure.
This is a great weekend because really you can watch Formula One on Saturday and NASCAR on Sunday and be happy with it.
Yeah,
because you've seen the finishing order on both.
Yeah, and hey, we're going to do a live after the checkered on Sunday. So, Dylan, make sure you make space because we didn't do it last week, and that is our fault. So we're going to do it this week, and you can. We're going to do it like we usually do. So, but we might as well just do it live. So, helps me out since I'm the only editor in the room here. Not that guy, but anyways. So, what'd you say?
You say that? That's a nice camera.
Yeah, it is a nice camera. It is a nice camera. You're right. Anyways, he's threatening me over here, Dylan. I gotta go. And anyways, that'll do it, guys. Appreciate anybody that checked in. I don't think so, but at least it's out there. People can check it out. Pit Road Picks. I know we had a long episode because we had to do our after the checkers recap in there, but next week won't be too bad. It'll be a little shorter. So, but any final words, Dylan, before signing off? Anything you're looking forward to this weekend?
Formula One qualifying, it's always good to watch. I don't know. Nashville Super Speedway doesn't really do it for me. I'll watch race at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Hey,
that'd be all right.
Now we're talking. Maybe one day. Man. Final thoughts.
Oh, I'm good. I think we're all we talked it
okay
all the way down.
All right, cool. Well, we'll peace out, fam, and appreciate anybody that stopped in on the live. Probably not that many people, but anyways, we'll check it out on Sunday after the checkered with a live edition on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know how Twitch works, so maybe not Twitch, maybe just YouTube. So, but anyways, we'll catch you next week after the checker.